Most people walk through life like strangers to themselves. They know their passwords. They know their favorite food. They know what makes them laugh. But ask them one simple question: who are you really? And suddenly, everything becomes confusing. Because the truth is painful. Many people don't actually know who they are. They only know the version of themselves shaped by family, culture, school, religion, fear, shame, or other people's expectations. If you feel lost, confused, directionless, or unsure of yourself, you're not alone. Even the famous psychologist Carl Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." But once you begin the journey inward, once you start knowing your own mind, your entire life becomes clearer. Before I continue, I strongly recommend watching this video without skipping any section, because each part builds on the one before it. And while you're here, kindly hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your loved ones. Thank you. Now, let's explore how to know yourself, step by step, in simple, honest language. We will break it down into clear sections. Section 1. Why most people don't know themselves. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. You were not born with a clear sense of identity. You learned who you were supposed to be. Psychologists call this social conditioning. We absorb whatever our environment teaches us. A child learns, don't talk too much. Be strong. Good girls don't do that. Boys don't cry. You must study this. You must behave like that. So before you even get a chance to meet your real self, you already have a mask placed over your face. By your teenage years, you have a personality shaped by fear of judgment, beliefs you didn't choose, dreams that aren't yours, behaviors copied from others, trauma that changed you, secrets you hide, a picture of yourself that might not match reality. This is why Carl Rogers, one of the most respected psychologists of the 20th century, said, "The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change." Knowing yourself begins when you start removing the noise. Section 2. Self-knowledge is not a personality quiz. Let's clear something up. Knowing yourself is not about taking tests like MBTI or Enneagram. Those things can help, but they don't tell the whole story. Real self-knowledge is deeper. It answers questions like, what do I actually want from life? What drains me? What gives me energy? What makes me feel alive? What fears control me? What patterns keep repeating in my relationships? What am I pretending not to know? What kind of person am I when no one is watching? To know yourself is to see both your light, your darkness, with honesty. Section 3. The first step, sit with your thoughts. This sounds simple, but it is the hardest step. Most people don't know themselves because they never sit alone with their mind. The moment the room becomes quiet, they grab their phone. The moment they feel uncomfortable, they distract themselves. But you cannot know yourself if you never sit with yourself. Psychologist Abraham Maslow said that humans avoid their own potential because it is frightening. That's why silence feels scary. Silence forces you to meet the real you. So the first step is this. Spend at least 10 minutes a day alone with your thoughts. No phone, no music, no talking, just you. Ask yourself, how do I actually feel today? What is bothering me? What am I afraid of? You may not like the answers, but this is where the real discovery begins. Section 4. Observe your reactions. They reveal the real you. You can lie with words. You can hide behind a mask. But your reactions will always tell the truth. Psychologist Sigmund Freud believed that people reveal themselves through slips, small, uncontrolled actions. You learn more about yourself by observing. What makes you angry? What makes you jealous? What makes you insecure? What makes you anxious? What makes you feel alive? What makes you uncomfortable? What makes you defensive? These reactions come from your inner world, your wounds, your beliefs, your hidden desires. For example, if you get angry when ignored, maybe you fear abandonment. If you get jealous easily, maybe you fear not being enough. If you laugh too loudly, maybe you're trying to hide something. If you avoid conflict, maybe you fear rejection. Knowing yourself means noticing your patterns, especially the ones that repeat. Section 5. Look at your childhood. That's where the story began. You cannot understand yourself today without looking at who you were as a child. Psychologists agree. Your childhood is the blueprint of your adult behavior. Ask yourself, were you praised or criticized? Were you loved unconditionally or conditionally? Were you encouraged to speak or told to stay quiet? Were your emotions respected or dismissed? Were you safe or constantly stressed? A child who grows up in chaos becomes an adult who is always on alert. A child who grows up unseen becomes an adult who fears invisibility. A child who grows up controlled becomes an adult who struggles with autonomy. Your adult self is often a coping mechanism you created at age 6, 10, or 15. Understanding this is the foundation of self-knowledge. Section 6. Identify your core values. They are your compass. A lot of people feel lost simply because they have no idea what they stand for. Your core values are the things you believe in deeply. They guide your choices, your relationships, your future, your happiness. Examples of values: honesty, loyalty, independence, creativity, kindness, ambition, faith, discipline, freedom, peace. To know yourself, identify your top 5 values. Anything that goes against these values will always make you unhappy. For example, if you value freedom but take a controlling job, you'll feel suffocated. If you value honesty but date someone who lies, you'll always feel uneasy. If you value peace but stay around dramatic people, you'll be drained. Your values are your inner truth. Section 7. Face your fears. They control your decisions. You cannot know yourself without naming your fears. Psychologist Albert Ellis, founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, believed most human suffering comes from irrational fears we never question. Common fears: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of loneliness, fear of embarrassment, fear of losing control, fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough. To know yourself, ask, what fear is controlling my life today? If you don't answer that question, your fear will make every decision for you. Section 8. Study your emotional triggers. Your triggers are not random. They are valuable information. A trigger is a sign of a wound, a memory, a suppressed emotion, an unresolved issue. For example, if disrespect triggers you, maybe you were once treated like you didn't matter. If abandonment triggers you, maybe someone important left. If criticism triggers you, maybe you grew up feeling not good enough. If being controlled triggers you, maybe you didn't have space to express yourself growing up. Your triggers are not weaknesses. They are maps. Follow them, and you'll find the truth about yourself. Section 9. Know your strengths. Stop pretending you have none. Self-awareness is not only about wounds. It is also about recognizing your strengths. Psychologist Howard Gardner believed humans have multiple intelligences, meaning you may not be smart in the traditional way, but you can be brilliant in others. You might be emotionally intelligent, creative, observant, disciplined, patient, good with people, good with ideas, good with your hands, good with solving problems, good at calming others, good at strategy, good at storytelling. You don't have to be good at everything. Just know what you excel at and use it. Section 10. Know what drains you and what energizes you. Self-knowledge is also about understanding your energy. Some people drain you. Some activities drain you. Some environments drain you. Others energize you. To know yourself, observe. After talking to this person, do I feel lighter or heavier? After doing this activity, do I feel alive or empty? After going to this place, do I feel safe or anxious? Your energy never lies. Section 11. Understand your attachment style. Your attachment style reveals a lot about you. Based on the work of Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, attachment theory describes 4 main styles: secure, anxious, avoidant, fearful. Your attachment style affects how you love, how you argue, how you trust, how you break up, how you bond. If you don't know your attachment style, you don't fully know yourself. Section 12. Know your boundaries. Knowing yourself means knowing what you tolerate, what you will never tolerate, what steals your peace, what crosses the line. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors that you control. If you don't set them, people will decide your life for you. Section 13. Accept your shadow. Carl Jung believed every human carries a shadow, the parts of yourself you hide. Anger, jealousy, selfishness, insecurity, trauma, pride, shame. To know yourself is not to eliminate the shadow. It is to acknowledge it. Your shadow has a voice. Ignoring it only makes it stronger. Section 14. Notice what makes you jealous. Jealousy is not always negative. It is often a compass pointing to something you desire. If you feel jealous of someone's career, body, confidence, relationship, a lifestyle, ask yourself, is this something I secretly want? Jealousy is information. Use it wisely. Section 15. Ask others how they see you. There is a part of you that other people see clearly, that you cannot see. Psychologists call this the Johari window. Ask people you trust. What do you think is my strength? What do I need to work on? What kind of person am I when I don't notice? You will be surprised. Section 16. Know what you want, not what others expect. Many people live lives based on expectations. Be successful. Get married. Have children. Be a doctor. Self-knowledge means asking, is this truly what I want, or what someone else wants for me? Your life belongs to you. Section 17. Keep a journal. Your mind needs a mirror. Writing clarifies the mind. Some thoughts only make sense when you see them on paper. Write about your fears, your dreams, your mistakes, your questions, your hopes, your goals. Journaling is a conversation with your soul. Section 18. Know your purpose, even if it's small. Purpose is not always huge. It might not be something dramatic. Purpose is the thing you feel drawn to, the thing you enjoy without being forced, the thing that feels natural. Ask yourself, what feels meaningful to me? What do I enjoy doing even when I'm tired? What would I do for free? Purpose is not found overnight. It grows slowly. Section 19. Accept that you are still changing. To know yourself is not a destination. It is a lifelong process. You will grow, heal, learn, unlearn, make mistakes, discover new parts of yourself. Accepting that you are not finished is part of knowing yourself. Section 20. Silence the noise. Listen to your inner voice. You have an inner voice, but it gets drowned by social media, opinions, society, fear, other people's expectations. To know yourself, listen to your inner voice more than the world. Your inner voice is the real you, the journey back to yourself. Knowing yourself is not about perfection. It is about honesty. It's about removing the noise, the masks, the lies, the fear, and meeting the person underneath, the real you. And once you know that person, your relationships change, your choices change, your confidence grows, your peace returns, and your life finally begins to make sense. Because the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself.